Hello, everyone. I'm Therin, the president of the SFU Advocacy for Men and Boys Club at Simon Fraser University. So the executive team and I decided it might be a good idea to kind of do a meet the team video where you guys can meet the brains behind the operations at SFU A&B. So I'll hand over to the vice president, Jesse.
Hey, I'm Jesse. I am a fourth-year mathematical physics major, and I got involved with the SFU A&B about 10 seconds after it became a club. I had been involved in men's issues on campus before the advent of the club, so it was a natural progression. I just have been a skeptic for a long time, and I saw a few videos on YouTube about feminism and various forms of feminism, not all feminism, but this led me to question things I hadn't questioned before and open my eyes to the suffering of men in our society. If I had to pick one issue that I feel most strongly about, it would be the domestic violence that men face, because it's so harmful and so underappreciated, and very little is being done to mitigate it. And it's one of those cases where the victim often faces the consequences rather than the perpetrator, such as, victimized men being kicked out of their own homes and arrested by the police.
Okay, hi, I'm Gigi. I joined the A&B club last year in September. It's the first club that I've joined that has that brings awareness to men's issues. I got interested in men's issues, I would say, this time last year. I used to be a feminist, but I got really disillusioned with the movement when I, started realizing that they were villainizing men for a lot of issues that they had nothing to do with, and I just felt like it wasn't right. So I started reading more about anti-feminism, and I just stopped being a feminist and got more interested in men's issues. I would say the men's issue the issue that I'm more interested in would have to be, as Jesse said, domestic violence that men face. And yeah, that's it.
And what's your major?
Oh, right. I study international studies.
So yeah, as I said, I'm Therin. I'm the president. And I am a music composition major at SFU. And how did I come to be interested in men's issues? Well, I guess I was kind of involved in some social justice stuff on campus and some activism, specifically like LGBT kind of activism. And I just saw kind of a need for a better understanding of men's issues and just a better understanding of men on campus. And I feel like the issues are very much misunderstood still. So that is what inspired me to team up with some students and form this club. Men's issue that I most care about, that's kind of a tough one, but probably the one that comes closest to my heart is just the issue, boys' issues, because I have a little brother, and just how the educational system is letting them down. That's pretty much it. So at SFU A&B, the kind of approach that we try and take is kind of non-instructional. We try to, instead of telling our club members or whoever attends our events, trying to kind of tell them how to look at men's issues, we try our best to kind of stay neutral in the sense of providing a platform where these issues can be discussed kind of democratically. And we've been trying to do that since the start. And we've invited all kinds of different speakers with all kinds of different viewpoints. That's how I always promote the club, is a place where people can come and debate, discuss, and exchange ideas.
The way we look at things is that we don't really have the answer necessarily to how to solve men's issues. So our goal is to open the discourse up, and whatever comes from that is going to be a good thing. Things can't really get worse by allowing a proliferation of viewpoints. It's only with when things get myopic and closed down and there's only one accepted way of thinking that we really start to face problems. So we're not necessarily providing an alternative to the way things have been looked at, but we're providing alternatives. And that's basically how we've gone about it. We've had feminists, egalitarians, and anti-feminists come and speak at our events. We don't really have one way of looking at things.
So now I want to hear from you guys where you would like to see the club go and kind of maybe issues you'd like to see being brought up or discussed. And then after that, I will tell you what I would like to see and also what we have coming up, what we have planned.
I guess if I had to think of a direction for the club, I'd like to see it continue after I graduate, which, everyone wants to leave a bit of a legacy. But I think it's important that it continue to address issues in a very open way and to be transparent. One of the accusations we've faced is that we exist only to oppose a certain viewpoint, but that's not the way we look at it. That's just one of many. It would be giving it too much credit to say that we exist in opposition. But as for where the club should go, I'd like to see it grow. Maybe get up to a team of 8 or 10 people at all times working towards furthering these goals. I'd also like to see it eventually, 5-10 years down the line, end up in a permanent capacity at SFU, like a men's caucus or something along those lines, maybe with a physical space, so we can better address men's issues. Because one of the biggest issues, one of the most insidious things facing men is the erasure of their issues and the difficulty they have talking about them and coming to terms that they have an issue, rather that there has been an issue and that it's something that they might need to deal with. But there's a lot of pressure to just tough upper lip, be strong, ignore them. So I think having a physical space would lend it a certain legitimacy that it might not really have at this moment.
For me, I'd like to see the club spread more to other universities. As Jesse said, more members, and to stay transparent, to encourage multiple point of views. Not just have one for issues. And yeah, that's it.
What I would like to see for the future of the club is obviously for it to continue after I graduate, and I'm actually graduating soon, so that's kind of sad. I guess in the beginning of when the club was started, one of my biggest concerns was that it would kind of be taken over by someone with one specific point of view, like whether it be like a very hardline feminist or a very hardline anti-feminist, or a hardline MRA, like taking it over and kind of making it their like mouthpiece. So that's what I would not like to see SFU A and B become. Other than that, yes, I would like to see it spread and kind of get more men's issues clubs going. I'd also like SFU A and B to be able to kind of compile maybe like best practices for men's issues clubs on campus. And in that way, along with that, help other men's issues groups that are trying to form, kind of give them advice and stuff. We've kind of been doing that, like with the Ryerson, and I've been personally contacted by some people in the US, and I've had some Skype sessions with them. So that's something that the SFU A&B, that I'd like to see them continue. So hopefully in February we will have an event on circumcision. Our speaker is yet to be confirmed. And in March we're going to have a panel discussion on men and masculinity in the 21st century. So we'll probably be inviting people with all different kind of viewpoints and kind of getting a holistic picture of what's going on. We'll also be providing like video content for Cafe we'll be doing street interviews and probably a few other things as well. And then Jesse wants to say something about the men's circle that has been in the works. So, yeah.
In concert with another group at SFU, we're working on the idea of some kind of men's circle, which would be a safe space for men to come and talk about things that they're facing without judgment. It's still in its infancy, but it's something that I feel very strongly needs to happen. If we can legitimize men's issues on campus by having events like that, then it'll become less of a taboo subject, and it will be taken even more seriously in the weeks and years to come.
And then another men's issues related event that will hopefully happen on campus, and I don't think this is going to be under our direction, but screening of the Red Pill movie. Yeah. But that'll be under that'll be led by the student society. So, but I'm excited for that. The last part again. So I want to end off by inviting you guys to ask us questions. You can ask them in the comment section, or you can email us at info@sfuamb.com. And maybe if we get enough questions, we can do a whole video answering them. So yeah, thanks for watching and see you all soon. Bye-bye.